And welcome to this Friday training, which is part 2 of the gift guides, how to get into a gift guide or product guide. Now, remember, September and October are the best months to pitch. This is a time when editors are receiving more pitches than ever. They're going into their mailbox are open, and this is your chance to get into a gift guide or product guide, which can not only save you thousands of dollars on ads, but generate thousands of dollars in revenue. Now, I'm going to show you how to get into a gift guide for free. If you haven't watched part 1, make sure after this training, you go back and watch it because there's so many gems in there. But I actually interviewed 3 different editors, one from Forbes, who have written for Refinery 21, Brit & Co., all of the different like apartment therapy. And she has told me what she is looking for in a best of or a product list or a gift guide, because that is her specialty. Now, remember from video 1, I talked about the times, the do's and don'ts, some of the subject lines, but this one, I really want to get into the actual nitty gritty of how to pitch a gift guide. And if you haven't yet compiled your editor's gift list, right? So all of the editors who write about gift guides, make sure you check out the PR starter pack. It's the one that so many founders have used to get into their top tier outlets, podcast, gift guide, what have you. And I just uploaded a list of almost 600 editors who cover gift guide, all their complete information, their last article, their bio, what they cover, so that you can pitch without making a faux pas. Don't make a faux pas, such as sending someone a gift guide for best leather bags and they're vegan, right? We don't want to do that. We don't want to send a mom's a gift guide if they write about consumer electronics, right? So we want to make sure we have detailed information. And that is why it is important to utilize the PR starter pack, because of all the detailed information I have for the gift list. Now, so I want to get into the nitty gritty of what you should pitch, right? So now you have the subject line already nailed down from the part 1 training, which is in the Facebook group as well. But for part 2 is I asked the editor, what do you look for in the actual pitch, right? And she says one of the things that she really hates is if you are dictating them or asking that they cover it. So language like, please include this, or this is great and you really need to cover this, or your audience can't wait to hear this. Any kind of energy that is asking or dictating what they should write is already off the bat no. We all know that you're pitching. We all know that you want to a gift guide. So there's no reason to actually repeat that, right? So what you should do instead is say in the first sentence or the first paragraph, saying that, hey, I actually read your previous coverage. I saw that you wrote gift guides for working moms in 2020. Are you going to do it again this year? If so, I'd love to let you know about this product, right? So again, remember that the pitch is not the actual story. They're the ones that are writing the story. You're just basically giving them a conversation starter by referencing their previous coverage and gently asking if they're doing it again, or basically saying, this might be great for your audiences, right? Now, giving information about your product is good, but don't write like a 5 to 10 paragraph thing with how you made it, who you made it, what's in there. Like they can read more about it if they want to. And it should be the energy of like, hey, if this is a fit, here is a link to more, right? Make sure you want to add the link to the product with a high quality photo. It doesn't have to be a Google Drive. It could be an actual like website link. And you want to put in the actual pitch the price point, because that way, if they are writing something exclusively for gifts under 50 or 100, they can know to exclude it or include it, right? Another thing is I want you to be conversational, right? So the gift guide one is actually much, much shorter than the pitches that I usually write for clients in the starter pack. It's the one time of year where you can be more direct and actually talk about your product, because this is literally a product focused story. So I want you to be conversational. I don't want you to ask or demand that they do it because your product is good. I want you to reference that they've written about it, and that's why you're pitching them. And I don't want you to just like send something that's like, here are the products, can you include this in the gift guide, right? No, say that, let me know if this is a fit, let me know if you want a sample, things like that. So a lot of times writers are also deciding to understand their own direction with gift guides. So don't be so direct to dictate their direction. So give them a couple of bullet points of your best products, why it's a good fit, and then they can try to weave it into a gift guide. So if you make like a soap that is under $10 and happens to be sustainable, they might be able to write it for a sustainable gift guide, or it could be a gift guide under $10, right? So you want to make sure that you have enough points about your product that they can write for like not just one thing. You don't want to pigeonhole yourself, right? Here is another pro tip, is that if you don't know where to start, right, head over to the press page of some of your competitors, right? What kind of roundups have they gotten in? Have they gotten into a gift list under X dollars? Have they gotten to a best gift guide for X, Y, and Z? That's going to help you understand where your product can be placed, right? Because your product might be usable for many different gift guides. So you can use this pure research as a way to start. And by the way, whoever is multitasking, I hope you come back to me, because I'm just giving you all the different tips that she told me directly on my call with her. All right. Here is another one is when you are pitching, right? So I'm going to go back to the press kit thing. Is a lot of people are like, oh, do I need to send an attachment with my slide deck, my brochure? And the answer is no, do not send them a brochure. Don't even have language that is like you're selling to them, because remember, you're not selling to them. And if you do, then they're just going to press delete, because they do not want to be your free advertising vehicles. They don't want your slide deck. They don't want your pitch deck. They don't even want your media kit unless they ask for it. So do not be presumptuous and send them all the different things. Just have a conversation, say, hey, I know you covered this last year. Let me know if you're doing it again this year. I think this might be great because of X, Y, and Z reasons. Here is a product. Here is a price. Let me know if I can send you a sample, or, if you have any questions. Now, boom, it's very simple. But here's the thing about samples, right? You don't need to feel like you have to send them something. So if you make speakers, you're obviously not going to be sending a speaker to every single person. However, think about how you can still give the editor an experience of your product. So it might be like a link to a video or something like a testimonial, right? If it's something that's low cost to you, then sure, offer a sample. It always helps if they can get an experience, but it's not a requirement, is what she said. So I'm actually going to open my email now. And I actually had her forward me 2 separate emails that she got for a gift guide that she really hated, and she pressed delete. And I said, it would be so helpful if you can actually show me word for word. So I took these emails directly from her. She literally forwarded it to me from her email. And she's like, these are the examples of what not to do. And I blurred out the names, so don't worry about that. I don't want anyone to get butthurt up in here, but here, I'm just going to show you 2. Okay. So this is one, and this was sent to her, and it's like, hey, I hope you find this well. I love to submit my client. So this is obviously a PR person, my something coffee for the guide you're compiling. It's a very aromatic cup of coffee, and it has a very nice charitable component. I've attached photos as well as a press kit. Happy to send samples. Fingers crossed you can include. Thank you. And then they put like a story about how this person started this mission, and with all the different attachments. So she said that this was an absolute no-no. She really did not like this because she didn't like the tone of this. It's very much like, fingers crossed you can include it, but it doesn't have anything specific. It's not usable content. Why is this compelling? Who is this for? What's unique about this coffee? Every coffee is aromatic. Every coffee, maybe not every, but so many companies now have a charitable component. So be specific, right? And don't be, and she said that even though it had a nice like retail in it, she said found it to be very narcissistic and presumptuous, that this person like sent all these like photos of the founder, of like this founder's like, oh, I'm trying to like be good, to the world and start this charitable thing. It's fair trade, organic. But again, what is new about this coffee, right? Every cup of coffee might have all of these. So it's got a couple of different things she didn't like. And hopefully you can understand why as well. They obviously didn't do research about the fact that she's never written about like consumer goods, like CPG brands. So of course she's not going to write about it. So this is immediately a no-no. She's never covered anything food or drinks. And then also in the actual pitch, it doesn't have anything that was specific enough about it. And then basically like fingers crossed you can include, it's just really not the right tone. Here's a second one. And this is a flat out no. This person basically added this journalist to their newsletter, mass email newsletter that they probably send to all their customers. And it basically said, hey, promo code for you. Your product is being shipped. We're so excited. Here is another discount on your website for you and your followers to use. So basically, this person is using the editor as an affiliate marketing tool and presuming that the editor is going to share this promo code with their readers, which first of all, doesn't really happen. And so this is obviously wrong. And she thought this was just really not usable, and she pressed delete. So the moral of the story is, please remember that journalists are not your advertising vehicles. You want to do research about what they've done, and you don't want to be presumptuous in thinking that they're going to, forward your mass email to their audience with a 20% promo code. Like, they're not affiliate marketers or writers, right? That is why it's so important to have really good information about what the editors have written before. And that is why in the starter pack, I have compiled a list of so many here with their beat and what they cover and where they are on social media, as well as the last article they wrote. So you can see here, like if you do kitchenware, then maybe you want to contact this person. If you do women's athletic apparel, it might be this person who wrote about women's cycling, right? So this is why it's so important to have all of this. And I put this in the starter pack for you. I'm excited for you to get started. If you haven't yet gotten the starter pack, make sure you join at www.prstarterpack.com, and you're going to get exclusive invite to a lot of bonuses that I'm going to give you. If you have any questions, let me know. And I cannot wait for those who have already been inside of the PR starter pack to start using the media list and to start pitching. And if you haven't yet, I look forward to engaging with you in the group and supporting you. So let me know how your pitching goes. And I cannot wait to, use this group for more announcements, more bonuses. And I may or may not have actually interviewed this person for an upcoming episode of my podcast when it releases. So you want to be able to come back to this Facebook group often, because I'm going to have amazing and really exciting announcements for you. Again, happy pitching. And I really, really hope that you can take advantage of this most important time of the year to pitch. The time is literally right